everybody, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a makeup declutter. We're going to go through my primers, foundations, concealers, blushes, and highlighters. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the stuff that no longer suits my skin tone or I just don't like on myself anymore, or some of the stuff that is a little expired. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more video content like this. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so these are my primers. Do have quite a few, but I know I am getting rid of some, so I'm going to go ahead and just scooch them over. I do have quite a bit by e.l.f. We're going to go ahead and get started with this one. This one is the e.l.f. Glow Primer Stick, Coconut and Shea Butter. This is very greasy. I do not like it as a primer at all. It just does not work out for my skin. My makeup just kind of drips off. So we're going to go ahead and declutter that one. I do have this new one by e.l.f., the Mini Melt Cooling Face Primer. I've only tried this twice so far. It's very sticky. So if you're into that, I heard it is like a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. So I'm not sure, I don't have that one, but it does have a little bit of a cooling effect. It's not extreme or anything though. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. I do have these two, the Poreless Putty Primer and the Luminous Putty Primer. I am going to keep both of these. This one, it is fairly new. I finished the matte one, and I liked that one, so I did pick this one up, so I am going to keep that. And this one, I do think it's great for summer. It does have quite a bit of shimmer in it, but I think it's great for, you know, to have those glowy days. We also have this hard candy one, which I am definitely decluttering. It's the Perfecting Primer, minimizes lines and pores for a smooth finish. It is very thick, the texture of it is just, it's way too thick. It's just not for me. Hopefully somebody else can get some use out of it. I have the Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. I do like this one. It is pore filling. It does help blur, and it does also have a luminosity to it. That is perfect for under foundations. It's great for the summer as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. I do have another e.l.f. Prep and Blur Stick. I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. This honestly does not do anything for me. I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't matter how much you layer it on. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. I have the NYX, the Marshmallow Primer. This stuff smells amazing, and I love the feel of it. I think this is an amazing primer. It is a little higher up there. It's a little, I think it's over $17, $18, something of that nature. But it's definitely worth it if you want to pick this one up. Go ahead and keep that one. This one by Ciat London, the Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This one is in my project pan this year, so I am going to be finishing it up. There's not that much left in it. I'm not going to repurchase it. It's not as hydrating as you would think it would be, but I do like it. It's okay. These beads do kind of dissolve, I guess, but it's not a favorite, but it's almost gone. Might as well finish it up. I have the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer, Healthy Glow, Pore Minimizing Effect. As you can see, a lot of my primers are luminizing, and they need to be blurring and fill my pores, because I do have large pores. This one, it is a really nice primer, super affordable. I think it was like $7. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Another one by Hard Candy. The Sheer Envy Blurring Primer, 12-hour Perfected Soft Focus Blur Effect, selfie approved. I like this. This one's hydrating, and it does blur your pores pretty well. I'm definitely gonna keep this one. I also have these 3. They are minis, but by Versali. I have the Unicorn Essence, Rose Gold Elixir, and Liquid Glass. I've only used these like once or twice each, so I'm still testing them out. So far, I really do like the Liquid Glass one. I think this is my favorite one. These are pretty expensive though, but they're more serums, but I use them as face primers. And I believe last out of the primers is the Found Beauty Fill in Blur Poromizer. This one, it does take a while to sink in, but eventually it does blur. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. It does kind of break down quickly though. It doesn't help your makeup stay or anything. But I do like that it is a natural brand, so I'm still testing out more of their products. So out of the primers, I ended up decluttering 3. And I'm going to be keeping 12 of them. This is what I keep my stuff in. I just got them from the Dollar Tree. They're $1 for like a 3-pack of them. Up next, foundations. This one right here, definitely keeping. I really like this on me. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I have the shade 140N. Perfect shade match on me. And I just really like the coverage. It's like a medium coverage. Really like it. I do have 2 of these. They are a 8-in-1 Beauty Balm Skin Protector by Maybelline. I have the shade 110 Light to Medium Sheer Tint. These are great like tinted moisturizers. They leave the skin looking very glowy and just very natural. So this one's almost gone, and then this one isn't even opened yet. So definitely like these, keeping these. This one, Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I have the shade Y225, it looks like. This is a darker shade. It will fit me more during the summertime when I actually start getting some sun and allowed to leave my house. This one is newer to me, so I am definitely going to keep it. I think I've only worn it once. So hopefully during the summer I can get more wear out of it. I do have the new e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This stuff is extremely full coverage. I'm not much of a full coverage foundation person, but I did notice if you use a very small amount of it, and I do mean a very small amount, it does look really pretty on the skin. I have, let me see here, the shade Fair 120N. And it's light. It's a very light shade, but I am going to keep it around. I also have this Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation in the shade 08 Fair Ivory. This is my go-to foundation. I really like it. It's a light to medium coverage. It fits my skin tone perfectly. It's definitely an everyday foundation for me, and it's affordable. I have this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in O2 Natural. This stuff is a lot darker than it looks. I did get it last summer, so I'm hoping I can get some more use out of it this coming up summer before I have to get rid of it. This is a fuller coverage foundation, so you do have to go light-handed if you're not into the extreme full coverage. But, yeah, I'm going to keep this around, maybe in my next declutter. Sorry. I have this, the NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow in light. My sister-in-law actually picked this up for me, and I love it. It is a medium coverage foundation. You can build it to full coverage, but I love the glow that it gives, especially when you're mixing it with the, the Dr. Brandt primer. It goes really well with it. And this actually is a perfect shade match for me. I'm actually surprised I do find so many good shades to match me. Next up is, let me get this, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I got it in Dewy. I have the shade Soft Beige. It's dirty. It's dirty. But this can get cakey, whoops, pretty quick. You do have to really make sure that you are going in with a little bit of product. Do not go heavy-handed with it, or your face will get very, very cakey. It's a little bit of a darker foundation, so it is more of a spring to summer foundation, but gonna keep it around. I don't think I'm getting rid of anything in this section. The Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation for normal to dry skin. I have the shade 120 Classic Ivory. This stuff is like your skin but better. I know this is like $5, I think. And it really is like a very pretty foundation. I know a while back it was getting bad reviews, but I absolutely love it on my complexion. I do have larger pores, and this used to be my everyday foundation. So definitely keeping this. It is almost gone, so maybe it will go in my project pan so I can finish it up. And then I have this one, the CoverGirl True Blend Hydrating Foundation. I got an L2. As you can see, it's been sitting for a little bit. Because I have been using more of the Maybelline one. This is very similar to the Maybelline, or even the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is very comparable to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. If you're looking for a more affordable option, go ahead and check this one out, but definitely keeping this one too. And last up in my foundations, I have the Mega Cushion Foundation. This has SPF 15 by Wet n Wild. This, I don't know if, let me open it up. I'm sorry if this isn't a good view for you guys. Still trying to learn how to record things, and please bear with me. But this foundation, it's a cushion foundation. I haven't really used it. As you can see, it's pretty full. I'll keep it around, give it a go. I'm pretty sure they discontinued this though. So maybe I won't use it in any of my videos because you guys can't get it, but it's worth keeping around, trying out, because I haven't really used it. Alright, next up is my concealers. I I do know that I am going to get rid of a couple of these because they don't match me at all. This is a color corrector that I just don't use, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. This I actually use for a cut crease. It's perfect. I heard it's a very good concealer, but I actually use it to do my cut creases and it works great. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I have this BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. This one is a Total Coverage Concealer. It's pink corrector. This actually works really, really well under my eyes. It's a pretty full coverage concealer. I do mix this with other colors, but keeping that. I have this Dose of Colors concealer, Meet Your Hue in shade 08 Light. This is about a medium coverage concealer. It's not a super high coverage concealer. It blends out great. I love the color of it. It does kind of oxidize a little bit, so be careful if you're picking it up. Make sure you do get a shade a little lighter than you normally do. I have this Ardell Camouflage Concealer. This I'm definitely getting rid of. It's not my color in any way, shape, or form. Don't know why I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. I have this one by Pabadillo. I don't want to butcher that any more than I just did. Under Eye Disguise. I got this at Sally's, I'm pretty sure. Never even opened it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. It looks really, really cakey just in the bottle. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. This Revlon Candid Concealer in 005. This is fair. This stuff is really good. Really great for everyday concealing. It's not super high coverage, but it just looks very natural, and I really like this. I love matching it with my Maybelline foundation. Works out really well together. I have this Rimmel Stay Matte Soft Matte Concealer in shade, I don't know. It says full coverage. This looks like it's separating and definitely expired. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. I have this LA Girl Pro Concealer. What shade? Porcelain. I really like this. It is a higher coverage foundation, or excuse me, a higher coverage concealer. And I do like it. It's very, very affordable. I heard their foundation is really good too, so I might have to pick that up and see if they work really good together. Go ahead and keep that. The Found Perfecting Concealer. This has cocoa butter in it. This is a very natural one. You do have to set this or it will crease immediately. I have the shade 120 Light. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one too. Let's see what we got left. 3 left. Woo! Let's see these two NYX ones, if they would stop rolling everywhere. I have the HD Studio Photogenic, she's a whiz, and CW06. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one, as well as the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer. I'm all over the place, sorry. In Vanilla. I'm also going to keep this one. These are pretty good. When I finish them up, probably won't repurchase, but they're pretty good. And I have the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. In shade Light Sand, this one is the original one. It's not the hydrating one. I actually finished the hydrating one. This one, it just seems to be way too dry on my under eyes. I've tried and tried to work with it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and declutter this one. And moving on to powders. Honestly, I'm keeping all of these. I'm not getting rid of any of them. We have the Revolution translucent powder. This is my oldest. If I don't use this up, I'm gonna have to get rid of it next declutter, definitely. Ciate London, the watermelon burst setting powder. Rimmel Stay Matte. BH Cosmetics translucent. Tarte Shape Tape setting powder and translucent. All good powders. The Fit Me Maybelline Fair 05. This stuff is really good. I love this for my under eyes. We also have the CoverGirl True Blend Minerals and 50 translucent. Another really good one. This one is a little bit, it does kind of add a little bit of an orangeness, so just be careful with that. And then I have this little guy by Pure, and this is the 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup Broad Spectrum in Light, and that's a pressed one, and that's in my project pan this year as well. So moving on to bronzers. I know for sure I am going to declutter this one by Wet n Wild, Ticket to Brazil. It's just way too light for my skin tone. It just doesn't look right on me. I've heard really good things about other shades, so maybe I'll pick up a different shade, but this one, it just doesn't fit me. The Yensa Cream Bronzer, Sunlit Glow. This one is really good. If you're looking for an easy cream bronzer, this one blends out so good. It's definitely, when I'm reaching for cream products, this is really good. I have a mini Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Souffle. Is that what that is? Looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I don't think I'm going to... Yeah. I do have this one by Pixie. This is pretty old. Look, it's falling apart. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one before it ends up everywhere. I have the e.l.f. Forever Sunkissed, and these are the primer infused ones. These are really good, super affordable. Definitely recommend them. Got the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer. This one does pull a little on the redder side, the more warmer side, but it's pretty. Just make sure to go pretty light-handed. See if I can see it. It's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. This one's in 022 Sun Bronze. I love bronzers. I have Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. This one, let me see. It's very soft. It's a very soft baked bronzer. You see that? Yeah, we're gonna keep that one too. That's pretty. And then this brand, I just purchased several things from. I'm not even gonna butcher it, but right there. Island Queen Bronze Goddess Duo. I got blushes from them. I got some eyeshadow palettes, which their prices, they were running a big sale, so I did grab quite a bit of stuff, and their stuff is very nice. Very, very nice. It's got 2 different shades. Sorry if I was blinding you. But definitely worth the price. Definitely. These are very, very good products. Keeping. And then last on the bronzers, we have Bahama Mama by The Balm. This one, it's pretty deep. Gotta go light-handed with it. See how deep it is. But I do like this during the summer when I actually have some tan going on. Light-handed, it goes pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. So in all, I'm keeping 7 of them. And I am decluttering 2. Not too bad, not too bad. I didn't think I was going to end up decluttering a whole bunch of stuff, but I think I'm doing pretty well. Obviously, nobody needs this much makeup, but I am a makeup collector and a makeup hoarder as well, and I really do have a love and a passion for makeup. Wait until we get to my eyeshadow palettes. Moving on to blushes. I love blushes. Love it, love it, love it. So let's go ahead and get started. Right here. Sorry, we have the Ofra blush in Bellini. This is a gorgeous blush. Gorgeous. So pretty. Definitely keeping. We have a Wet n Wild blush in pearlescent pink. I do like this. It does have quite a bit of a sheen to it. Let's see. It's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. It is a little bit on the pinkier side, which I do have quite a bit of similar blushes. But go ahead and keep. This one from Milani. I actually won this in a giveaway and it's not even opened. So maybe I'll go ahead and declutter this one, give it to somebody else, who will get more use out of it than I will. Next up, Flower Beauty. The Pyramids. It says PC2 Peach Glow. This one does have glitter in it. You have to be very, very careful. See, it's very soft pressed. But when you do mix them together, it is very gorgeous. Go ahead and keep that one. Got the ColourPop. Tearing Up My Heart. This is a very natural blush for me. It's pretty. It's got a tiny, tiny bit of a sheen to it. Very pretty. We got the Maybelline blush in Coral. Another one I'm keeping. This is really pretty. It's very subtle. You do have to build this one up. Something I think I'm going to finally part with is the e.l.f. blush palette. This has definitely gotten some use out of it. I'm just going to go ahead and pass this along to somebody else who will definitely get more use out of it and continue to love it like I did. Next up, another e.l.f. These are the primer infused blushes. Always cheeky. Keeping it. It's pretty. Definitely like it. I like basically all of e.l.f.'s products. I really do. We have these 2 Wet n Wild blush sticks. I'm going to keep them both. I don't have very many cream blushes, and I really do like how these blend out. Hustle and Glow and Floral Majority. I do have a mini size Rare Beauty blush. I've used this one time. Gonna try it some more. This one is in the shade Grace. This one, the first time I tried it, it was kind of hard to blend out. So, gonna try it again. Elf again, their new putty blush. This I love. Love, 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 love. I want more shades in this. I don't think this says the shade, honestly. I think it was only on the actual package. Definitely keeping. Love these. Definitely highly recommend them. They're amazing. Easy to blend out. Great. I do have a blush palette from Lovecraft Beauty. Their products are great. You'll see I have this, I have eyeshadows, and I also have highlighter palette from them. Love them all. Here are the blushes. They're smooth. They're buildable. They're perfect. They're great. I really do recommend them. It is a smaller business, and I love it. I did get this from Ipsy recently. I've used it about twice, and I really do like it. The Shayna B Miami Blush and Highlighter Palette. Look at those shades. They're very pretty. I thought these two were going to be too deep for me, and it turns out they are absolutely stunning on my complexion. The highlighters as well, they're perfect. I love them. Mora, I think that's how you say it. I do have two of their blushes. I have Berry Flirty and Passion Blossom. And the good thing about these is you can use one or the other or combine them to make another shade. And they're brilliant. I love them. They're pigmented, but not super pigmented that you can't blend them out. They're very pretty. Definitely recommend this brand. Got another palette from The Balm. These are the shades. The only thing about this is that they do have such small pans that it is hard to get just one shade out of it. It does have this highlight in it as well. It's really pretty. You see that? But they do have a lot of kick up. So just be very careful going in because you don't want to get all of them unless you do all the shades at once. And you don't want, obviously, the kick up from the pans going into the other ones. But I do like this one. I do have this from Found Beauty, the Baked Illuminating Blush. This one, it's more of a highlighter. It's not really a blush. See, it doesn't, there's really no pigment to it. It's very light pink. I don't know really who would be able to use this for a blush, but it's a pretty highlighter. But I have enough of those, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. This was in the shade 60 Peach Glow. I also have this one by Ciate London. And as you can see, it's very well loved. This did break. I didn't want to repress it or anything because it fell apart. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one as well. I think I have plenty of blushes where I don't need to keep broken ones. I do have this little mini from, who is this? Douche Freematic Blush. I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one as well. It's brand new. I do have a shade similar that I like, and obviously this has been sitting there and I haven't touched it, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. So for my declutter, hopefully that one doesn't break anymore. I have 3 that I'm decluttering, and here it is. 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, I'm decluttering this one too. So 4 that I'm decluttering. And all of these. Oh, no, decluttering this one too. I got my piles mixed up. So decluttering a total of 5 and keeping all these other ones. We know it's too many. We're not going to count. And moving to highlighters. First up, I know this one I am going to go ahead and declutter. This was a dupe for, I believe, an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I used it. It is pretty old. It's definitely expired by now. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. This one by True Complexion 3D highlighter palette. These I thought were absolutely gorgeous. They're definitely for deeper complexions, but I thought they were gorgeous for eyeshadows. But honestly, wait until you see my eyeshadow palette collection. I don't need those. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this as well. This one was one of my first highlighters. As you can see, I panned 2 of them, and what was left of the stuff in the sides, I actually mixed it together to make a Franken highlighter. And it is very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. See how pretty it is? But now that it's all 3, it's a little too deep for my complexion, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter my Franken highlighter. One that I'm definitely keeping, my Complex Culture highlighter palette. If you've never tried their highlighters, please do. These are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They are such a stunning highlighter, as well as they're so soft on the skin. They're just definitely A1. Love them. Absolutely. Next up, an Estate highlighter in Do Me Lit. This one I'm going to go ahead and keep. Let me go ahead and swatch it. See, I really like it. I think it's perfect for an everyday highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. Glamlite Sugar High. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I'm not going to open it because it does make a mess. It is a loose highlighter, and it does tend to fly everywhere, but I do like it. It is more glitter, but I think it's great for certain occasions. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. And Lovecraft Beauty. This is the highlighter palette I was talking about. These are beautiful. Definitely look into their brand if you don't have anything or have never tried anything by them, because their products really are good. This is by Colored Rain. It's called No Flash Needed. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one another time. Oh, it's broke completely. It smashed. I repressed it. And look at this. Why do I keep this? Why? This is the hoarder in me. It's pretty. I'm running out of room on my arms. It's more goldeny, but I don't need it. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. Ofra, highlighter glazed donut, Nikki Tutorials. Mine, for whatever reason, never stuck. So it kind of just flops around. So you gotta be careful with it. This is an absolute blinding highlight. I do have to use very, very light pressure and just be very careful with it. But it is stunning if you don't go overboard on it. I have this one by Hard Candy. It's a very soft pink highlight. It's more of a natural kind of highlight once it's on. Let me see. Peach Please is the name of it, but it's pink, so okay. Either way, keeping it. Wet n Wild highlights, if you guys have never tried them, they're so affordable, and this one I love. Blossom Glow, it is so pretty. It really is. Definitely recommend their highlights. Keeping. Another one I'm going to go ahead and keep is the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner palette. I know there's different palettes for different skin tones. I'm pretty sure this one's for light. Either way, I got this one, keeping it. I like all the colors in it. And this one I will be decluttering. This, I never reach for it, never. I don't know why. It is pretty, but it kind of disappears pretty quick on my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. So all together, I'm getting rid of two pretty large face highlighter palettes. These and this. So all together, 5 of them. I'm doing pretty well, I think. So I think that's it for today. I think I did pretty good. So this is all the stuff that I am decluttering. I do have a sister or sister-in-law and my niece, so I'm sure they will definitely get use out of it. Like I said, I really need to start getting rid of some things, and obviously if it is expired, I will not give it to them. I will just toss it, but hopefully they'll enjoy it. And that's it for today's video. Like I said, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like declutters. I will be posting my eyeshadow palette collection and my lip collection very soon. I do have quite a bit of palettes, about 60 of them right now. So it might take a minute, but go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and let me know if you guys are doing any spring cleaning with your makeup or if there's any products in here that you want to test out. All right, thanks for watching.